Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of a Planet Coaster, episode number 25. Oh, things are going well. Things are going very well around here. It's looking gorgeous. So I have done a lot off camera again. In the past couple days, I've probably logged upwards of 8 to 10 hours. The coal miner is doing really well. This is actually, the more you zoom in, the worse it gets. This has been a lot more packed in the past. Not as bad right now, which is good. I've raised the price because this was super overstuffed. People just backed up down the line. Because really, this right here only goes here. There's only one purpose for this, but people are loving this ride. They love it. Not queuing that long. That's okay. I should raise the price even more on the suckers. I really don't know where we left off. I'm not sure, but I feel like I didn't have this. The train wasn't working, so I added you guys are very smart. You're very smart, and you taught me a lot of things. And the one thing you taught me is that the train is mainly a mode of transportation. It's not an exciting ride. It's not a ride. It's a mode of transportation from different parts of the park. So I put another stop over here. Not extremely useful because our first stop is back here. I've added more trains to it as well. So this is an extremely useful setup, and I think the idea is you want to be more efficient. You want to be as efficient as possible with these. To have it like one here, maybe ideally one would be like over here to help people travel great distances. But yeah, I made this little building here to go around it, kind of goes in with the theme here. And I also made another stop over here, which is a building I'm fairly happy with, and I think it kind of will fit in with the theme over here as well. Kind of ties into this whole idea and theme. But as you can see, I've done a lot of work to fill this side of the park out as well. I've put some of the standard buildings in, like here and here. I put these in. They have a tendency to close quite often, and I believe that's because they're not getting much traffic out here. We're getting a decent amount of people on this ride, but outside of that, not very successful. Not many people on this ride, and not many on this ride either. I just added this though, so we'll see. But yeah, we'll just kind of play it by ear and see. This ride does very poorly, and that's sad. That's sad because today I want to do something very cool with this ride, and maybe after I build this thing that I'm going to build today, maybe I'll do some things to the ride to kind of help improve it. Some things that people were saying last episode where I was kind of struggling my way through it. Oh, I added this ride right here too to try to gain more traffic out here. Last episode, there was so much of just like me not knowing, like trying to do things and struggling. I did mention this is a reference to the Top Thrill dragster from Cedar Point. Cedar Point is one of the closest parks to me. I've gone there multiple times growing up. As soon as we got out of high school, or as soon as school was over, my dad would take us, because we got out of school a little earlier than most people. We'd get out in like late May, where most people get out in June. So in late May, we would head on out to Cedar Point during the week, on a weekday, and go. And we could always just, like, the lines were nothing. We could just sit in the line for like 10 minutes and we'd go right in, where normally you'd wait 2 to 3 hours in a line. So That was always nice. But yeah, I've ridden the Top Thrill Dragster before. This is, I mean, very similar. It's, I mean, it's the exact same type of setup. Height-wise, I think it's almost lower than the Dragster. Actually, I bet you I could check that out. If we go here and edit, and there's a way to turn on the height maps, isn't there? Let's see. Terrain relative, 87 meters. 87 meters. So that's, I should turn this to feet, but we can compare that later and see how that compares to the Top Thrill Dragster. See if that is, you know, if maybe people should be liking this a little more than they do. I've also started work on doing like a little building section here with some shops and stuff, but I'll work that out and get it looking a little nicer later. We're definitely getting to a point to where the park is we've got 5,000 people walking through it, and it's pretty laggy. It's not terrible. You know, most stuff is running pretty smooth, and that's all PC dependent and relative. It's not bad, though. It's not bad. Just from time to time, it seems a little bit on the laggy side. But what I want to do here, we talked about last time. We talked about, oh, look at that reflecting on the, oh, geezer. We talked about last time, how are we going to tie this into something that would be fast and relevant to the time? So I've got an idea. I think we've done really well with trying to stick to a theme in this park, and I think we are very well themed. But it started out being like, I don't know what era this would be, but like medieval times, right? That's kind of where we started. And then as new parts came out, we slowly transitioned into like a different era. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. This is a lot of people wanting to go on here. But then I don't know what the deal is, but that's pretty crazy. I guess it's a sign of a successful ride. I don't know. What's going on over here? Yeah, that line's pretty packed as well. I added a bunch more cars to this, and I got it to the point to where it's very efficient. As soon as this one comes in, this one will leave. So there's no real, it's working getting people through the line as fast as possible, which is good. So this should leave now. Yep, and then that one comes in, those people will load off. It's pretty efficient. I think it's good. We might have like 7 cars running through there, which is good. Unfortunately for this, I think I can only have 2 cars running on this ride. And with how long it is, that adds to the inefficiency, I think. So there's a lot of things to think about. I'm learning a lot as far as when we go into a career mode and how to make a fairly efficient park. I think it's still going to be very jarring for us, but I think we'll get it worked out. But anyway, back to what I was saying. We've strayed away from the main medieval type theme because of some of the new parts that have come out, and it's almost gone more steampunky fantasy, which I like. I think it's still good as long as that kind of remains the same. So I thought a train is something that for the time is very powerful, you know. And so I'm going to do what I want to do is I want to put a train here. This is just decorative. These are decorative scenery pieces. And I want to make it look like this train is going very, very fast. Is this ride still broke down? No, it's running great. And people are going on. I really wish more people went on it, but I think we can see. I want to go. It looks too intense for me, but only 1%. I don't know why more people aren't talking about it. Is there a way to run a campaign strictly for this ride? Oh, this is bad. You know, the reliability. You want to request inspections is frequently as possible. Refurbish it as frequently as possible. Is there a way to run a campaign for this? Specific ride? I don't think there is, but that would be kind of cool if you could like say, hey, here's our new ride, and then people will be more likely to ride it. Maybe that's possible and I'm just missing it. I feel like it goes very fast up and then comes down. I don't know. Maybe you guys can kind of let me know, okay? We'll look at the fear. I think when they say it's too intense for me, the fear is the problem. Obviously, it's mainly green, but our red areas are right here, which makes me think that this is maybe either too steep or too fast. And then right here, let's go to speed. I bet you those are the fastest spots. 77, 90, but it's still green here. 70. Yeah, I'm not sure. Lateral G's, 0 G's. Yeah, that might be getting them. Forward G's. Yeah, I think it's because of this. Because these G's are so strong right here that they get scared. And then they're so strong right here and they get scared. Let's see. If the fear starts right here and right here. Yeah, that's about it. So it's probably those G's that are causing the trouble. Obviously, this is low because it's so slow. Not sure how to fix that. Probably if I made these slopes a little more graceful, but I'm not too worried about that. Anyway, what we want to do today, the goal today, is to get this looking like this train is like blasting down this track really, really fast. So we're going to have to do a lot of creative things to make that happen. I really have to think about it. I've been thinking about it for the past day. Last night I fell asleep thinking about it. And I have some ideas. And ideally, if I can get this ride a little bit nicer. See how this is a little more graceful too? Maybe this is, if I get this one like that, it might be better. But yeah, the idea, if I can get this to be a ride that people ride more often, I'd love to put this up on the Steam Workshop for you guys. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out in the end, okay? I'm going to get to work on that, and I will be back with you. Okay, it's progress update time, everybody. First of all, I made some major edits to the track, and I've made things worse. They're worse. I made this a lot more gradual, and I think, let's take a look at this now. I made things a lot more gradual. I think it was all orange all the way through. The excitement is now in a green, which is really nice. I'm very happy about that. Basically, I pulled this entire top part. I disconnected here, and I pulled this entire top part back so I could get a little more of a curve there. I had to disconnect it because it wasn't letting me curve it anymore. I need every inch of this speed right here. Every one of these are accelerator tracks. I need all of that to be able to make this work, to get over this high pitch right here. And by the way, 80 times 3, that's 240 feet. I don't know what Top Thrill Dragster is still, but my math, we're working our way there. I figured out math, so that's good. Unfortunately, this path is causing us some problems because we have this floating situation, which is not ideal. So let's get those back in there, and we'll see about the path later. We'll see about what we can do there. I would like those to connect, ideally, but they don't have to necessarily. That looks like it makes a little more sense. So, yeah, the fear, though, has gone up. I did this to try to reduce the fear, but it is increased and inclined. Forward G's. I mean, look at, we're not in the super bad area anymore. Forward G's, vertical G's. That's still up there, but I think it's less than what it was. So I don't know. I'll tweak it some more before this episode is over. Look at this. This is much better right here. This is much better. Just a little bit of fear right here, and it's not even that bad. It's just a 6. Their complaint is that it's too intense. I think, honestly, though, I think this is one of the better coasters that I've made out of all of them. Let's check this guy right here. Okay. It's broken down, but look, well, the nausea, okay. That's 2 greens and an orange. So I guess that's pretty good. But I think the biggest problem is that nobody's over here. Nobody's coming over here. And that's why I tried putting these rides in here to draw some more attraction. But it might be the trees. It might be that there's so much beautiful scenery out here that people prefer this side. I could be wrong, but people are all over this side of the park. They're freaking loving it. And, most of the just normal rides like this ride. This is orange, green, orange, okay? This ride, packed. Red, orange, okay? Let's check another one. Well, that's good. That's good. That's good. Let's check these. Red, green, orange. Oh, red, red, green. Ooh. Oh. This is broken down. I don't know what this one is until it's fixed. But I'm just not attracting the people over here. If I get the people over here, I think we'd have a much better chance of this ride succeeding. But we'll see. We'll see. I thought this train would bring more people, but it'll just take some time. I'd love for some more people to ride this. I almost feel if it's in a different spot of the park, it would do much better. But anyway, I'm very happy with the progress so far. Like I said, this is a progress update. I still have some more final touches and whatnot to do on this. But, you know what? Maybe this is a good sign. Yeah, Cedar Point should have never added this stupid thing because people don't like it. Ha ha, gotcha. But check this out, huh? Is this not... This is so fun. I love this. So I'm learning a lot of lessons. This is a good lesson episode as far as creating motion when there is no motion. And I think this can really add to a specific build. I think this can be a very unique piece. So, what in this ride right here? What is this? Broken down. Everything break it down. So I've added a lot of pieces here to try to add to the motion. I've raised up the track here a little bit as if the track was broken. I've raised the cars up as if they're flying all over the place and they're kind of tilted and skewed a little bit. So that was step 1. Step 2 was then start adding pieces outside of it to look like pieces are flying off of it. I feel like maybe there are some other things that we can do, but we'll talk about those in a second. So I've just added, like this was holding a bunch of crates and luggage, and I've just strewed them all over the place, keeping in mind that our motion is going forward. So we want most stuff coming off the back, right? But you have to take into account that this cart is kind of leaning forward because there's so much weird stuff going on with this train. If it had a weird takeoff, it would do something like this possibly. So there are some things flying forward as well because this cart is flying forward. So it's back and forward. Same with this. I filled this with a bunch of barrels. And this has wood in it. I don't know if we'll do anything. There aren't any pieces that really look like this. There are logs, but they're huge. So maybe not. I've even added some lampposts that were on the side that are kind of getting thrown off. So it's definitely getting there. Here's part of the tracks, locomotion track and wood beams and whatnot. So it's definitely coming right along. There are some pieces that I used. Let's see. What was it under? I could probably find it easier going like this. Some pieces that I used that I liked. I thought this would go well with the train. This is called an iron gear for, possibly a train. And I had this right here. But let's just place it, okay? This tells me, as soon as I see this, I get triggered into thinking that it makes it look more fake and frozen because this is an actual moving part. This is moving. So it doesn't add. I replaced it with this wheel that makes it look like, you have to remember, we're taking a screenshot. This entire scene, and if you want to like, oh, how is this stuff floating? Let's just say it's held by strings or invisible wire or something like that in real life, right? But this entire scene is representing a snapshot of this thing taking off really fast. Hey, hi, there's more people here now. A little bit. It seemed like there were more people on that ride. Not many though. We get about a half a ride and that's it. So yeah, that's kind of the thing here. Now, what I'd love to do is I'd love to take something like smoke or sparks. And so let's find a smoke one. Oil spray, smoke burst large. Okay, so let's say we take this smoke and put it in here. That's not it. Smoke burst? No, thank you. Smoke large. Let's take that. So let's say, okay, the steam engine's moving. We can easily give it some motion by going like this and having it shoot out like this way, right? So that gives you the idea that it's really flying, you know, even if we moved it up. Uh-oh. Are we never going to be able to touch you again? Hey, I want you, you freaking screw. Okay, undo. Let's just put this up here. So you get the effect, right? That, oh, it's really flying because the smoke's going this way. But that breaks our rule. There's motion within a snapshot, and it ruins it. In my opinion, I don't think it's ideal. So a lot of these special effects could be cool, but I think that they don't work for what we got. As far as the train's concerned, I think I'm not going to put anything else on here. There are a ton of really small pieces that could work for us. So I think mainly I'm going to work on the side and try to just put some things on the side that might make it look like, you know, some things are getting blown off or kicked to the side or whatnot to help decorate that up a little bit more. This is the part that's confusing me because up here it looks very, very stationary, right? But if nothing has taken place here yet, you really can't show any movement. So I don't think that there's anything we can really do. There wouldn't be anything flying up here. So I think I'm just going to leave that. I mean, if there was somebody that was like acting surprised, I could put them right here or something, but it's probably going to be just a static area. Lastly, there is luggage, and this is, where is it? Oh, infinity luggage. So I grabbed this, you know, and I thought, hey, we could pop this on here too to add more color. It doesn't work. Why? I wait for you to tell me. Why doesn't this work? It could, but it doesn't work because these are 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces all together that say there's no movement here. These are meant to be placed on the ground as decoration, just sitting there, and it just looks like a big lump. It doesn't work. No matter how you put it in there, it looks like these are all stuck together. So that's a no-go, and I think we don't really need it. I think we look really good without it anyway. So it's definitely coming along. It's definitely looking really, really good. I'm very happy about it. major satisfaction sees. I've been thinking about this for quite some time. So I think I will try to put some finishing touches on this and get it done. I also remembered and realized that I've got a little problem where most of this isn't attached to this building. A lot of these walls and this are, but these pieces aren't attached. So I don't know how to attach them to the building. And that is a big cause for concern. I think maybe I could try to select all of this, like go like this, and save this as a blueprint. Oh, good. Okay, so I can select all of that, save it as a blueprint, and then make this work. Can I get the ride too? Let's see if I can get the ride too. We might be able to make this work. The ride is not selected. But okay, I think, wait, it says one tracked ride. I think we can make this work. Okay. I'm going to wrap it up. All right. So we're done. We're done. But in the meantime, there's some bad news. Some real freaking bad news. I'm very happy with this, though. This is my proudest moment in this park, I think. And it's only offset by one thing. And that one thing is I lost 4,000 people during this time, which has got me really, really scared for the career mode. When we start getting into finances, doing a park like this is going to be very difficult. I'm going to have to do a lot of research. I'm going to need a lot of your help throughout it because just building this. Now, granted, I had the game unpaused while I was doing this. I think it's definitely beneficial to have everything paused while you're working on these sorts of things because, I mean, the benefit is if you've got a good thing going, it'll run and things can increase. But if you got a bad thing going, it can get real bad real quick. The litter in the park went crazy. Look at this. The litter is disgusting. I got that down to 18%. Luckily, there's notifications that let you know that sort of stuff and let you know it's your people. I think I had like maybe 10 janitors and almost all of them quit. So everything got really, really bad around here. I had to put a bunch more janitors down, but yeah. So it's going to be a tough balance, but I think we'll get it. At the end of the day, I think this worked out really well. I did make a little compromise on our rule that I put these bushes in, which they aren't going to do it now. Aha, there you go. They move, okay? But it's very subtle and it's very rarely. These bushes are actually, if you can't tell, there's the stem. They're getting blown back. So it adds enough to me. I went back and forth, and I think it adds enough to where it's good. Just added some other pieces here and there. Added kind of some little stop and go signs, signals there, just for fun. They have no function really, but I think this looks really good. I don't think I'm going to get this up to the Steam Marketplace today. I want to get the video to you guys today. That's the most important thing, that you guys get this and get the entertainment. And I don't know. There's a path connecting through here, isn't it? Yeah, people are just running right through that building. But yeah, I want the main thing is get the video to you guys probably tomorrow. Check me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I'll let you know as soon as I get it up to the marketplace. It might even be tonight. And because I have some more to do. I have to dress up like this side, and I've got to get it looking just a little bit nicer before I get it to a point to where I'm willing to have it sitting in other people's worlds. I also want to kind of decorate this a little more as well. So I've got a little bit of work to do. before I get that up, but I want to get the video to you first. So anyway, that's going to do it for today's episode. I think we got something really, really cool done here. I think we're almost done here. I just want to finish off these areas. Not a whole lot more to do. Just going to decorate here, finish this off, do a little more tree decorations and stuff like that around here. And I think we're done. So next episode, most likely the last one, which will mean that we're going to move on to career mode and start a brand new park and get going on some really, really difficult part of the game, I think. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for your support. Love you to death, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Life ain't a ding-dong. If I could take you up and boom, 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 tell me I'm the only one that you know. Life could be a dream, sweet.